he felt a deepening resolve. He put on khaki military pants and a long-sleeve camouflage shirt, covering a tattoo on his upper left arm that said, "Seize the Day." He laced up his tan high-top boots. Neighbors had seen him in his mother's backyard doing push-ups and drills. In his bedroom, he kept a journal of tactics, recording his progress at reloading more efficiently, learning how to lay down suppressive fire, reminding himself to be aware of muzzle flash and how it could reveal his position to enemies. He was honing a method called shoot and move, practicing how to surprise and dominate. He sketched images of soldiers and wrote himself words of encouragement. He told himself there was no shame if he had to pee on himself during battle. As he headed out the door, his mother looked up. Her son rarely went out. "I'm going to a protest rally," he said. "What are you protesting?" his mother asked. "All the shootings," he said. "Mom, you've got to listen to the news." "Stay out of trouble," she said. He climbed into his mother's black SUV and headed toward downtown. He arrived just as the sun slipped out of sight, bathing the city in a dark, dusky blue. He parked on Lamar Street in front of a bone-colored building that housed a community college, switched on the SUV's hazard lights, and got out. On the streets around him, a slight breeze was moving through the oak trees, a late reprieve from the 97-degree day. Above, glass and steel skyscrapers were coming aglow with lights. A police helicopter swooped low over the buildings, its rotors thumping across the sky. The protest, organized in the wake of Castile's shooting, had already begun. Hundreds of people marched through the streets, and the emotion in their chants carried on the wind. The sound infused the streetscape with the same unsettled air felt that evening in cities across the nation. The young man slipped on his bulletproof vest and picked up a Saiga AK-74 rifle. He walked toward a group of police officers, their backs turned to him as they focused on the marchers. He raised his rifle and took aim at his first target. An officer's body camera captured what happened when the first shots roared out, shocking and deafening. The camera was pointed at another officer, the first to fall. It recorded the officer letting out a primal cry, the sound of life leaving his body. He folded and dropped face down. Then the camera's angle shifted violently as the officer wearing it fell too. Now the camera pointed directly upward and recorded a passenger jet flying high above, glistening in the day's last sunlight as it drifted peacefully across the frame. There, the camera's gaze remained for many long seconds, recording gunfire and the darkening sky. 1. The Negotiator. Summer was always the busiest time for Dallas police. The heat would declare itself at sunrise and grow unbearable by noon, working on patience and nerves. People's will to hold things together would fail. There would be a betrayal or grudge or heartbreak, and someone would start waving a gun or climb to some precipice. That's when Senior Corporal Larry Gordon, a negotiator on the Dallas Police SWAT team, would get a call. He'd be headed along one of the city's looping highways toward some air-conditioned assignment and learn that another poor soul had let go of the rope, abandoning the notion that everything was okay or ever would be again. Gordon would turn the wheel and head toward another unraveling. Over the years, he'd grown used to meeting people on their worst days. A call early in his negotiating career, one that would stick with him for years, took him downtown to one of the city's oldest skyscrapers, a stone-paneled 1920s-era former bank building. A young woman had climbed to its highest ledge, 20 stories above Main Street. Police barricaded a city block, and Gordon